Okay, y'all, get ready for our biggest total ever. It totaled. What is up, YouTube? It's your girl Rochelle, and I am back with another video. Now, in today's video, y'all, it is time to go over all of our side hustles for the month of September and see what type of cash we brought in, and also stuff some cash. So if that's something you be into, then stick around. Okay, if you just want to see the cash stuffing, make sure you jump ahead to the cash stuffing part so that you can see how much money I'm actually stuffing into my travel binder. That's right, you know I always use my side hustle income, or at least a portion of it, to stuff my travel binder, which is my bowling. Okay, this is how I cover all of the spending while we're on the go, outside of hotel and flight and car rental costs. So jump ahead for that part, or stick around with me for the get the budget with me part. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You guys are the bomb.com. You know I like being completely transparent with you guys within reason. And so I am coming in hot with all of the ways that I side hustle and I passively and hustly bring in money. Okay. What I have going on here are the current list of all the ways that I choose to try to make money. Now, this list changes throughout the months, throughout the years, but for the month of September, I am using these categories. Now, of course, you know you can find my side hustle tracker on my website, RochelleAdamson.com, and you can get your hustle on with us. So join the fun. Okay, so I'm quickly going to go down the line and just let you guys know what made what for me. And the first thing I'd like to do is go over my little color scheme I have going on here. So my legend shows that if I have a purple mark next to the hustle, it is something that feels passive to me, meaning it feels easy, it feels fun, or I have to put very little work into it. Not all three of those things are true for the same category. It just means one of those things is true. If it's green, it feels like hustle, it feels like work. I usually don't make any money from it unless I put the work in. Okay, first up, my website, RochelleAdamson.com. Now, moving forward, these will have their own separate categories. It'll be my budget clients on the top line, and it'll be my products on the second line. But for now, I have combined them because this is like my first time having sales off of my website, and I'm still trying to figure like what I'm doing in that area. But for my website, we so far for the month of September have brought in a total of $346.60, and that is just amazing to me because, you know, a month ago I didn't have some of those products that are the top sellers on there. So thank you so much. The next category is my website, Miscellaneous. These are things that I started calculating after I tally this number up. So it could be, you know, clients who maybe paid me via different sources, instead of, you know, maybe they don't pay on auto pay through the website, so maybe they pay me through a different avenue. That totaled $60, and that just comes from me switching to a new website and still trying to get all the kinks out. Okay, next up is my rental income. Technically, I haven't received it for the month yet, but it is usually $600. And, you know, that money actually is not a part of this money here because I always put the money right back into the house. I either save it for repairs or renovations, or I, you know, use it for other things related to the house. Next up is the child tax credit, which we know is $250. Next up is YouTube. This is you guys actually watching my content, supporting my channel, supporting my brand, and I truly appreciate y'all. This is definitely the most income I've ever brought in from YouTube other than the month of January, and I'm just so thank you. I'm just so shooketh. But it's $617.30. Next up is my Sezzle. So I am not a fan of these buy now and pay later programs, but the facts show that some people just choose to use them. And I have talked to several other friends who also have stores, either websites or Etsy's or Shopify's, and they all use them, and they tell me, you know, there's some people who have a ton of money and they just don't want to pay it all at once. And that's not your concern. So I don't want to overthink it. I know there is a lot of controversy out there, especially if you are a Dave Ramseyer. Guys, I'm not trying to be part of the problem, but I'm trying to be part of the problem. Listen, it's about the hustle. You got to move with the times. And so that brought in $38.37. So if you can responsibly use these buy now, pay later programs, especially if you're buying something that's for your budget, that's for you to improve your life. If you're trying to get better with money, why am I going to say no to you using one of those programs to buy a budgeting system from anybody, not even from just me? I really think we got to like mind our business sometimes and let people do what they do. Just because we don't agree with it doesn't mean it's wrong. Next up is Fetch. Fetch was a surprise this month. I actually had 3 new referrals, so thank you guys. I want to put that there. And so it was kind of weird. I guess Fetch just had a thing going on. So 2 of the people got me 2,000 points each, and then the third person got me 2,500 points. I think I'm saying that right. 22, 4, 6, actually no, 3,000 points. So I don't know. Fetch sometimes has these deals, but basically how Fetch works is every time you shop and receive a receipt, you scan that receipt into the app, and they give you points that you can over time turn into get gift cards. And I'm talking like good gift cards. It's a hack. A lot of people on here on YouTube use it to grocery shop, shop for household things. I mean, I'm talking Visa gift cards, Target, Walmart, Amazon, Starbucks. I mean, it's just a hack, and I'm with it. And if in times past when I've talked about these hustles, I haven't been on my Fetch game, your girl been on it this time. So anyway, I haven't redeemed all of my points yet for these 3 referrals, but I will. And once I do, that will be $15 worth of gift cards. Not bad for, like I said, receipts. Next up is YNAB. I actually have several YNAB referrals, but I have to wait until they actually choose to subscribe or not. So far, 1 person subscribed, and what that means is that I get 1 free month when it's time for my YNAB to re-up. And so that won't be till sometime next year, but it will be worth $11.99. So not bad for 1 free month. And if you choose to try YNAB, which is a digital budgeting system that I absolutely love, then definitely check out my links. You know, I'm going to have links for all this stuff below. A lot of the stuff that I do, a lot of the hustles, and I think the reasons why people use my referral codes is because we both get something out of it. If I'm, you know, recommending something to you guys, it's probably because you're going to get something out of it. I don't like the one-way street type things. Okay, next up is Tesla. Tesla is a weird one. I don't know if people are watching my Tesla video on this channel or my Tesla channel, YouTube channel that I have, but we have 2 people who used our referral code when purchasing their Teslas, and that is just crazy, buck wild crazy to me that someone remembered to use my code when making such a big purchase. And so what that equals, we'll put it on the side here because it doesn't equal cash money, but it is amazing because it gives us 2,000 supercharger miles to use. And so we actually live on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, and we don't have a supercharger here. We are hoping that we get one soon. We've seen some contracts sliding across some government desks and stuff, but we are hoping that we get one built here soon. And the sad part is I just found out last night, I'm not sure if it's true, but if you have supercharger miles, they actually expire after 6 months. So I'm not really pushing that link anymore until we actually get a dedicated supercharger built here. But the fact that we could help each other in the Tesla process, because I think they get something too. I think they get 1,000 miles too. It's still cool. Okay, next up is our credit card cash back. We got a total of $654.82 in cash back. This is definitely the most we've ever had redeemed all at once. I actually redeemed $654.82 worth across all of our credit cards because we moved, we traveled, we spent a lot of money. So hence why our cash back is so high, but I've used it to cover a lot of those transactions. Next up is Amazon affiliate. This was also like the highest month I've had in over 6 months. They usually don't pay out unless you have at least $10 worth. For me, I made $15.41. Like I said, I have links for all of this stuff in my bio. And if you watch any of my other videos in this playlist on this subject, you will see where I dive in more detail, especially about Amazon affiliate. Next up is the fan fave. I'm glad you guys understand what I mean about gifts being a part of your income. I love receiving gifts. Like, but the thing I'm going to start doing a better job of is tracking it. So for this month, I don't have a value to put to the gifts. Oh yeah, okay, the gifts that I care about. I received some giveaway items that are going to be coming up, and some giveaways coming soon. I'm talking about some legit stuff, y'all. So we're just going to put under gifts, giveaway goodies. And I just love that that's the type of community that I'm in, is that I can open up my P.O. box and find just amazing gifts from amazing people. Thank you again. You know who you are, and you guys will see more in upcoming videos. Next up is retirement match. Now for retirement match, I really don't track this as closely. I track it from a net worth standpoint, but I don't really track how much money it has either made us or how much in dividends we might be looking at, because they really don't update those things that often. So at least from the ones that we use. So I am going to skip this for this month, but know that we are doing pretty good. Our investments did take a hit this month, but we're in it for the long run. But I definitely encourage you to check your retirement match. And this is actually probably the last time I'm going to actually be able to use this as a line item, because my husband's new employer does not match. So what we are going to do to make up the difference is we are just going to increase the amount that we contribute from his checks every time. Next up is surveys. I highly recommend surveys on the go. I mean, that's the only one everybody in the street's talking about. Come on. Shout out to Dear Debt, Amy over at Dear Debt here on YouTube, for putting me on. This is literally me making money in one day. I only got to use it one time, $6.75. I have not. My rule is if I sit down to watch TV, I want to do a survey, but I have not been watching as much television, so that's a good thing. Next up is dividends. Now that is what I track. Okay, so dividends, the difference between retirement match and dividends here, for me personally, you could track it totally different. My husband's employer contributions, we keep track of with the retirement match, anything that happens through his company. But anything that we invest in ourselves with our own money, we track those dividends, because we pick companies that give dividends. If I'm being honest, we have very few stocks or shares that are companies that don't pay out dividends. We in it to make some money. Okay, so dividends totaled, so we made $5.27 total this month, excuse me, for the month of September. My daughter does also invest. We are beginner investors, so our dividends don't add up to much right now, because these are portfolios that are really very small. And I say very small in the scheme of things. They're very large to us because they're 4-digit portfolios. But yeah, some months we've made $10 and $15 of dividends, and some months it's like this. It's surcharge reimbursement and interest reimbursement. Because I'm doing this video so early in the month, like today is only the September 22nd, and I'm dropping it this day. We have not received those reimbursements yet on our bank statements, so I have to unfortunately skip those. It's just how the month dropped. September was weird. Let me know in the comments, did you feel like September was kind of weird? The pay dates rolled out weird. I just feel like the month is over and we haven't even gotten our second paycheck yet. Next up, same thing for my husband's job reimbursement. He technically gets paid in just like 2 or 3 days, so I don't have that total yet, but it's definitely a good amount. But I'm not worried because we had a good month anyway. And then last but not least is my second favorite category. This is the miscellaneous stuff. This is the stuff that's like once in a blue moon, but when it happens, you love it. So I'm going to list it over here. The first thing was we had $27 in coins that Eva, homegirl, rolled up, because I told y'all I wasn't rolling coins no more. I did my time. So we're going to drop that off at the bank and hope. I don't know how they check to make sure that you put enough coins in each roll, but I'm hoping that her math was spot on. I guess they weigh it or something. I don't know. But we had that. Then I did have a cash gift that I can't remember if I tracked on our last update of how we make side hustle money. This is technically a gift. I had somebody give me $400 and we spent it while traveling. We just said, you know what, we're going to have a good time. We're traveling for the first time in like a year or two. What's up? Then we had a medical reimbursement of $400, and we rolled that into a planned medical expense to cover that transaction, so that worked out perfect. And then I had a $25 Fetch gift card that I actually already redeemed that's separate from this one, and I just forgot to use it. And this is why you track stuff, y'all. How many times have you cleaned out a drawer in your kitchen, because everybody got that drawer, and you find like gift cards? I'm like, what the world? Or in your nightstand. I'm like, this is getting crazy. So when we moved, I forgot about that. Okay, so let's see what that totals. It's like $8.52. Yeah, spot on, $8.52. Okay, so let's add all this up and see what we get. Okay, y'all, get ready for our biggest total ever. It totaled $3,473.51. Now, like I said, give me some grace if my number is off, or if I already counted these two $400 transactions in the last hustle update. Life just been lifing, it's been wild, and I just wanted to make sure that I'm actually putting every dollar to use. So I did not use this money yet. It was still sitting there, so I wanted to track it. Okay, it's time to stuff some cash. Okay, we back. It's time to stuff some cash, and I've got my cash breakdown here. Like I said, you know, I always try to keep it organized, and we are starting with the binder that I don't really get to play around in much, and that is my travel binder. Now, you guys know that this is what I use every time we travel. It covers all of our travel expenses outside of hotel, flight, and car rentals, so slash shuttles, because a lot of that stuff is non-cash transactions. But anyway, if we are eating out, if we are having fun, if we are doing anything, it comes from this baby right here. So let's dive in. Now, since I went to the ATM, a lot of these will just be $20 transactions, stuffs, but that's cool. So first off, we have eating out. Where is you at, eating out? Okay, eating out is going to get $20. And these things are so empty because we just got done traveling about less than a month ago. And yeah, so it is what it is. It's time to start over. Travel miscellaneous is next. I'm very intentional with which categories I stuff first. I feel like this is my category for when things happen, if we get hurt or injured and we need to cover, you know, the cost of band-aids or whatever, or something. If I just didn't bring something, it comes from there. So next up, we're going to stuff gas. Yeah, gas. Gas is going to get $20. Because Texas is our layover state whenever we travel from Hawaii, and we know Texas is too big to not have a rental car, okay? Just suck it up and pay it. Next up is gifts, because I do the reverse travel gifting where since I'm, you know, coming from Hawaii, people want gifts from me from here. And so it worked out really well last time. I saved about $50 or $60, and I was able to create a grab bag where you could pick whatever you wanted from this grab bag of gifts. And it was just like a little bit of everything, like shopping bags. We call them aloha bags here. Well, some of us anyway. I don't know if everybody does that. Or face masks with, you know, aloha prints on them. Stuff like that. Useful stuff. Next up is our location-based envelopes. We are going to stuff Baltimore with 20. Just in case I want to get started. I don't have any plans to go back to Be More anytime soon, but I want to be ready in case I need to make a trip there, because like I said, I do have family members that aren't well. Next up is Texas, and so Texas is going to get $20 off top because it's the layover state for wherever we do travel to. Okay, and then let me see, are we gonna do any more? We're gonna do Hawaii, because the next trip that I do have planned, it's kind of still up in the air, is I want to island hop. I would love to go back to Maui and do the road to Hana again. That was really fun, like the bomb. But we gotta see once everything calms down. It's not calming down yet, at least not here. In fact, we back on, I need to stop calling it lockdown, but we back on whatever this is called. So I'm like, you know what? Staying in the house today. Okay, and then I do want to stuff, I went back and made some adjustments to my breakdown. I want to stuff airports. So this is like if there's something that we forget about and we need it on the plane. Like, I get nauseous a lot, and so if I don't remember to bring that medicine, I gotta buy me some in the store at the airport, or if we get hungry. Even though we try to fly first class leaving from out of Texas, Hawaii, because it's such a long haul flight. You're talking 5 to 9 hours. So, you know, they feed you and everything. But yeah, whatever. It's whatever. Next up is tips. And then I will definitely break this down as the trips get closer, because I like to have small bills on hand. So yeah, y'all, this is my travel binder, broken down by location, by what we're doing while we're traveling. And this travel binder works. I keep my notes right here as I go, in case, and I track my expenses that are made by credit card. But this works if we are going to travel for business or for pleasure, or if it's emergency travel, like the travel we just did where we had to travel, you know, because of sick family and because we wanted to lay eyes on our property, that type thing. Here's my business envelope. I don't really book travel right now because it's just so much going on. Like, I help friends and I help, you know, people who are referred to me. But yeah. And then this is my online cash envelope, which I'll track my hotel and airport costs, airline ticket costs. And so far it has $100.20 in it still. That is that. Next up, what are we gonna stuff? Let's stuff just a couple of categories in my regular sinking funds. I like to use this money, my side hustle money, to stuff the things that don't really get a lot of love. And so for today, we're gonna be stuffing self-care, because y'all know we used to stuff this baby all the time. We used to stuff this thing. Actually, let me see how much is in here. Okay, so we're adding 20, and now it'll have 80. Okay, so we are adding 20. And the other category I care about in here is our fun money. Where you at, fun money? There you go. We're gonna add $20 to fun money. And this will give us 20, 40, 55, because we do have something fun that we're gonna do. Just gonna have a nice beach day. Go to try to find us an empty beach, or at least one that's not real crowded. And that'll give us 55. And I think that's it for this binder. This is the binder that always gets loved. So those are the two I really wanted to stuff. And then the rest of our stuffing will be in my backup cash envelopes. So these are cash envelopes that I just hope to stuff every once in a while. If it happens, it's amazing. First up, YouTube taxes has $160.78 right now. I'm gonna remove this 20. Excuse me. And we are going to add another 100 to this, plus 100. And like I said, this will be an online transaction, so that'll give us $260.78, because taxes, you know, taxes are online. So, well, at least we're tracking it online. So I'm going to use prop money so that we know what's going on, because Eva is definitely over here. Eva is getting $100 because she is going to be doing a cash stuffing soon, y'all. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 100 for Eva. And I'm not going to include this in her total, her rolling total so far. She has $300 so far, which is a combination of money online and money in this envelope. I'm just gonna put it in here to give to her when she does her video. So, because people keep asking me, you know, how can you help to build good money habits with your kids? And so I want to show you what Eva does, because she's got some new fun stuff to work with. And so now she should have about $400. But like I said, this is coming right out when she chooses to record her video. You know, kids, they're excited about something 1 second, and then the next they're like, eh. Anyway, next up is Amazon. Now, yes, I am trying to get ahead of this thing because Amazon sneaks up on me every time. So Amazon is going to get $20. This is for the subscription. So we're going to add 20. I think it's due in February or March, and so I want to just go ahead and start putting some money to the side. Next up, are giveaways. Yes, y'all, because of you guys, right? It's because of you guys that I'm able to even have all this money to stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work on my end, but you guys are actually like entertaining my hard work, so shout out to you. Giveaways is getting $20 also. It's empty, so we are stuffing this bad boy for the first time also. And I go back and fill in the other line. Next up is LV. LV is getting $20. And not that I want anything or need anything from LV, but I'm hearing in the streets are talking, y'all, and they are saying that they are not covering repairs for free anymore. And so I want to have money lined up in case I need to repair one of my pieces. So $50, $70, $80, $85, $90 now. So plus 20. And you know, people have, you know, what they say what they say, you know, but for me personally, I have had all of my Louis Vuitton items for years. I mean, my very first piece, I got it no less than 15-20 years ago, and I can still pull it out and use it if I wanted to. So for me, and it's an investment. It's something I enjoy. It's not because it's a big ticket item or any of that stuff. I do it for me. So if you have something that you like, don't let people, you know, make you feel bad for liking it. If you like it, you like it. Now the one thing I do have as a rule to myself is I'm going to use cash for it. So okay, I am making a deposit of $20 into my backup groceries. So I'm trying this thing where I'm trying to get a month ahead at least on regular stuff, like regular cash stuffing stuff. So I have a backup envelope for all of these. I'm just trying stuff, y'all. I don't like waiting until I get paid to have money, if that makes sense. And so, you know, anytime I get some extra money, I put it to work. You're either getting invested, you're saving, you're going toward debt, or you're gonna be cash, you know, for when we need it. Okay, next up is eating out. Same thing, $20. And the other reason that made me do this is because of what's going on in the world right now. Like, say how, you know, we have this mini lockdown or whatever. Not even lockdown, but the numbers are spiking, and maybe I just don't want to go out as often to shop. I can pull from these envelopes and do bigger hauls. That is my goal. I don't like to wait for paydays. I don't like the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. So this is how you do it. You hack and you find things that make sense to you and you do them. Next up is my business. Okay, so for now we're just using this envelope to cover all of that. It's going to get $20 as well. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to add this extra $20 to this also. I had pulled this from taxes. Taxes are usually online. We're going to add $40 cash, and that's going to give us $90 total. And I do have times where I run to the post office, and you know, I'm learning about this you know, physical product life. And so I like having money for paying for shipping, because they pay for shipping online, but I gotta, you know, use cash or use a card that's attached to that money. I'm still figuring that out. And so for me, cash feels easier because I know it's taken care of, and I'm using cash that came from the business. So I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments, y'all professional Etsy owners, how do you do this thing when you ship out items? Now, when I'm working with Eva's business, Eva's HawaiianSheaButter.com, her items are attached to her PayPal, and so we can print our shipping stuff out, you know, from the computer right there, you know, slap it on the package and go from there. So for my stuff, I need to make sure I have the envelopes already so that I can put it in there. I don't know. I'm still working that out. Next up are gifts. Not to be confused with giving. Gifts are for, you know, anniversaries, graduations, all that type stuff. Giving is when we see someone in need. That's just for us. That's how we operate. And so I definitely need to beef this up because I have some things that happened, and your girl needs to show some love to some people. So that has 20. And then emergency fund. So I have so much going on in life. I think we all do. I feel like this pandemic has just been hard on us. I have this emergency fund backup. You know, you have your regular emergency fund that of course, we're trying to passively fund over time with our my husband's income. Well, I have a possible emergency that is, coming on the horizon, and I want to have money put to the side just in case it does happen. I can't tell y'all everything all the time, but we're just gonna treat it as such and put some respect on it and dedicate some money just in case it does happen. It could happen, it could not, but we're going to be ready either way. And then the last category is tips, and I already see I'm messed up because I got an extra 20 left. Why do I have an extra 20? But tips, this is my backup, same idea, trying to get a month ahead. If you see the word backup, we're trying to get a month ahead on tips. And we are already a month ahead on our bills that are electronic that come out of our bank accounts, but I'm trying to get a month ahead on cash. That way, I just feel like that works better for us. $20. Now, why do I have an extra $20? Y'all tell me this. Figure me this. Man, we found it, y'all. We found it. I wrote on the back of emergency fund, but I did not put the money in. I know y'all were probably watching that clip like, Rochelle, no. Feels good to fix your mistakes, y'all. It's not a better feeling than that. All right. Now, this piece is for those who want to see how I budget all the money. We only stuffed $500 of the income that we made, which was $3,473.51. So what I'm going to do is go inside of my planner. This is my Q4 2021 budget planner. It is definitely a vibe. It is to cover you for the months of September through December. Link will be in my bio if you want to grab you one. And FYI, I just found another publisher, so I am ordering a couple, and if everything goes right, yep, I'm going to be switching to them. They have a better price, so we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm inside of my paycheck budget. I'm just picking a blank one because I really want to diversify my spending and diversify my my budgeting. So for today, we are budgeting $3,473.51. I usually do this on like the 28th or 29th of the month, but today we're doing it on the 22nd. And let's talk about how we're going to spend. Now, I am breaking down each thing individually as to how I spend certain categories. So first, let's talk about my YouTube check. I put $300 YouTube cash to cash envelopes. Yeah. And that actually happened. I put $100 to taxes online. I view that kind of like a debt, but we'll just go with, what category should we put that in? It's going to a sinking fund. So we'll put it in taxes and we'll put $100. And then I'm going to invest. Some people put that under saving, which I love, but invest $17.30. And that's, that leaves us with $200 to put towards debt. So YouTube to debt, $200. It'll probably be the mortgage. I have to wait for everything to clear for the month. I want to make sure that I've paid for all my expenses for my business, and then whatever is left from that is going to go to the mortgage. But I'm thinking that so far I'm on track and everything looks good and has cleared. So $200 is going to the mortgage bare minimum, and that's pretty exciting that this is an unexpected mortgage payment. Okay, now let's talk about the child tax credit. Since this is for Eva, I really try to stay focused on her and what she needs. So $100 is going to be cash, which is what you saw me just stuff into her Eva cash envelope. So she's going to use that for her cash envelopes in an upcoming video. $50 is going to go to the side for her insurance that we're going to have to start paying out of pocket. Insurance, $50. I got to figure out like where I'm going to put that money and keep it safe. But anyway, it'll help to offset if anything. The loss of income that we're gonna have, because you know you got to pay for kids insurance here. It's kind of expensive too. We're gonna save $25 for save $25. Then we're going to invest I need to put YouTube so I know which thing. We're going to invest for Eva using her Stockpile app. She's going to invest $25, and she does that. That's our UTMA for her. $25 is going into her business. So we're going to put it in, it's an online sinking fund, I guess we could say. So eBiz is going to get 25, and then we're going to give 25 because Eva is, y'all think I'm bad? Eva loves to give. Hey, so that's the YouTube check and the child tax credit. What's next? Let's do the miscellaneous stuff from my website, which totaled $60. 10 of it went to miscellaneous. So RA miscellaneous, it covered an expense. And then we put the rest in our RoBiz account for spending, or that could actually be me paying myself. I don't know, but it'll cover anything, any transactions that happen. So that's the buffer account. Now let's talk about my regular website income, which totaled $346.60. We spent $99 on business expenses. And then we spent $65 putting it back into the business, so to build the business. I'm just going to put it as expenses for both of them, and that could be because I'm just starting out or whatever, like I had to pay for Canva for a month or two, you know, that type stuff, because I tell you, this stuff is not coming out of my husband's paycheck. I want it all to come from my business, and if I deduct all of those, we put $180 in cash. Yep. And then that leaves us with RA Invest $2.60. And so that is that. Now let's talk about the rental income that we usually get every month. And so first up, we're going to put $350 into our maintenance sinking fund, so our rental property maintenance. So once it comes through, then I'll, that's what I would transfer, and then that leaves me with $250. And I'm actually counting that as a bill because, y'all, I told y'all in the mortgage payoff update video, we have a property manager now, and I want to go ahead and save her money for the next time we have to pay out. So we pay quarterly for her services. So property manager $250, and that leaves us with no money left. So it's easier for me to separate each of these things that were going on just to make it a little easier. Let's see, what else are we counting here? We're not budgeting a lot of it because a lot of it went back into like the $654.82 that I used, that was credit card cash back. I actually redeemed all of that cash and already applied it to the credit card, so it's no need for me to include that in the budget. So stuff like that. We did the child tax credit. We talked about my website income. We talked about my YouTube income. We talked about the rental income, and I just told you guys about the cash back. So everything, so all of our expenses from here, I can put it on here. Cash back $654.82. So out of this $3473.51 that was our total income, expenses came to $2,468.72. But that is my paycheck budget. That's how we're looking for my biggest ever side hustle cash stuffing / budget with me / cash breakdown / tracking. I just thank you guys for always supporting me, and I just aim to share this information with you guys just so that you can see that you can do this too. It's not as hard as it seems. Start with one side hustle and do it really well. Also, don't depend on these side hustles to bring you automatic income every month. Like for example, my Amazon affiliate, they only pay out every time you make at least $10 from it. And imagine how many sales you have to get before you collect $10. So things that I do to bring in incomes where I can feel like I am still bringing something to the table, because yes, I'm married, but I like to have my own income. That's just me personally. Well, that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace, love, and budgets.